right? We gotta sell images because the selling the heart of it may not be as marketable as selling the image of it. You get what I'm saying? Because that's pretty much what a photographer is doing. Is a photographer is getting a subject, model. You don't own the girl, you don't own the kid, you don't own the subject afterwards. The fruit's spoiled. What we really talking about? But they captured that image, and in capturing that image, they were able to scale the image, repurpose the image, edit the image, and create, byproducts and art with it. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, that's what you're doing, I know. But for me, living in that digital space with that is the new commitment, because it determines how you interact with the flea market. It determines how you do a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that to diss the flea market. I'm just saying, are you right there? Yeah. I gotta be like right. This gotta be. Hold up.
Or how about you do this?
No, here we go. That's it. Yeah, so everybody's on this thing called the internet, acting like they're not really on the internet. And that to me is the first awakening part. And a lot of things that you used to have to do to communicate, to be visible, or to conduct business, all of those things are obsolete now instantly with this new thing, with this new sky. You get what I'm saying? And I think we're still adjusting to that I think the humanity is still adjusting to that. Some have taken full advantage of it. Some haven't even discovered it yet. And some are dealing or trying to cope and deal with this new reality. And I think that's kind of where we're at. Like, all right, we understand that this is a monster. We know we need to be on here.
You just gotta, just like anything else, take it with moderation. Just like we're dealing with family members. Some families wild out, some families are, they hibernate. Some people write the whistle right in the middle. Same thing with that. Everything is the same principles apply. That's one thing about the beauty of what Islam says. It's a structure. And then you just gotta know what that structure is. And then in that, work the structure.
In that work the structure. So that's what brings me to my thought process of, there needs to be some sort of system, a solar system, a stellar system that affects what's happening in people's day-to-day, the people that you want to communicate with. Now that makes you short of what the all-being would be able to do. He'll be able to do something where everybody can bear witness to it.
But everybody got their lane.
But everybody has their lane in that, right? That's deep.
So what we used to say, I think there was like mid-90s, stay in your lane, young man. That was the thing, stay in your lane. Yo, Ock, stay in your lane, Ock. But don't let nobody define your lane for you. That's the twist. Don't let nobody name you. Don't let nobody define your lane for you. You just got to establish what your lane is. And you got to know it, because if you don't, that's the issue. When somebody else is making a lane for you.
Well, that's what's happening in most cases. That's what the training in school is doing.
Exactly, and they know that. Because they know some of them that's coming through their doors. That's why they have headhunters in the system.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they know some of them want to be above their system. Once they learn, this is what it is, now I can rise above. Some of them are going to be slaves to the system. And some of them are going to utilize it to their advantage. and it's up to you to fit in where you fit in at.
I want to have a certain level of appreciation for the system
Yeah, you got
because
to.
I have to acknowledge it and understand it. So you got to appreciate it.
And then remember, what Allah says, He is Lord of all systems of knowledge. Rabbi Alameen, He's Lord of all the worlds. He ain't say some of them, the ones that you so-called holier than thou, and you ain't think Allah ain't over here. Allah's over everything. That whole system of foulness, Allah's over that. That's what, I'm telling you, all this is the kind of little nuanced stuff that people don't appreciate or they don't want to acknowledge. So you got to know, okay, that foul world, that got to be at bay. This world of appreciation for Allah and what He offers us in this dunya. See, that's one of the things that scared a lot of Muslims. We talking about dunya. Oh, you can't be in the dunya. No, they misunderstood what dunya meant. I'm telling you, all this stuff is purposeful to make you slaves to them. When you perfect that moral character, after that's done, what Allah says, He never changed the condition of people until they change the condition. It's all there. But see, what happens is the ones who engineer the parameters.
But I ain't even on that. I'm saying right now, what's gotten in the way of business for me and artistry and camaraderie is two things: consistency and communication. Right? Where I lack in communication, I might be consistent over there, but where I lack in consistency, I'm not communicating why things aren't the same. So overall, you're literally starting over when you really should just be adding on, like you said. That part of me is over, and now I'm coming into an afterlife. My art is coming into a new life. My relationships is coming into a new life. I can't live in that, but that is a part of what is now.
And being the best thereof. What the Quran said, always the best thereof. So you evolve. Funnel you to my website that already exists. And then I'm being more diligent with updating my website, be it once a week or once a month.
When I put this 12 volumes in a year,
Yep.
that's your calendar. That tells you how you move around. And then your budget determines what you do. Even if you just come out with 4x6 cars and they litter around somewhere where people can, okay, no, you got your next, because all it's really doing is promoting your website.
And when I promote my website, that's promoting the archives. And archives, posterity, archives is museum.
But your marketing outlet is, so then, all right, so you got to prioritize. Prioritizing now is, before you think about another location, brother, you have to drop a product
That's my book.
you gotta have a budget. Or you gotta be working on the format and the layout.
No, the book is the book is done. I'm literally
Like the book cover and everything.
Monday I send for the prototype.
Okay.
So the prototype, they said it'll take 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks for that to get back here. Bam. So I send for the prototype on Monday. I get it by the end of the month or first week by the Eid. Bam. Now I know what it looks like physically. Yay or nay, twerk it. Then I might take 3 or 4 days to twerk whatever it needs to be twerked in that. And then I'm sending the book. The book is done.
Relationships is coming into a new life. I can't live in that, but that is a part of what is now.
And being the best thereof. What the Quran said, always the best thereof. So you evolve. And out of that evolving, out of what you came out of, you bring the best
You
of
bring
it.
the best of it with you along your journey. And that's the part. That's
And
the
then
part.
when Allah call you back, hopefully your bath is full of all this good stuff. All that best stuff.
主持，我